3D Eeyore acrylic nail art tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you a really cute, simple little Eeyore design, and I decided to make it a bit more glamorous than you would normally see Eeyore. So it's got glittery pink background, and then Eeyore himself is a bit shimmery. Not something that you would really see, but just gives it a nice little sheen. So I hope you guys will like this design as much as I do, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well. I'm going to begin the background with an overlay of a very glittery pink. This is one of the colors that I really do love, but I kind of forget I have. It sits in the back of my cabinet, and then I'm like, I don't know, where is it? Well, it's a gorgeous color. I have a couple different glitter mixes that I forget about, and whenever I use them, I fall in love with them again. But then I'm going to encase that with a layer of clear acrylic to make sure it stays nice and strong. And then after that's all finished, I'm going to file it into shape with my E-file, starting out with a coarse bit to remove any bulk, then switching to a finer bit to make sure it is nice and smooth and pretty and going to be easy to work on top of. Now I'm going to start sculpting my Eeyore with a medium blue acrylic, and this one actually has the tiniest bit of shimmer in it, which I like and keeps my Eeyore design a bit more glamorous than you may normally think, which is a little unsuspecting, I think, if you know, but I don't know, I like glamorous. It's fun, especially for nails. And so I did the head, and I didn't actually sculpt with the blue all the way down the snout. I kind of left a sharper line there so that I'll fill in the snout with a tan color acrylic later. But for the moment, just leaving it as is, and add a second layer over the head to kind of bulk that up a little bit. I ended up having too much, so I took some off, but I'm just going to keep filling that in like so, kind of touching it up here and there. You do want a line between the head and the body, so that's why you added that second layer to the head. And before that completely sets, use the tip of your brush just to sort of press in for the eye sockets. Sculpt in his ears with more of your blue acrylic, so just take the first ear and sculpt that down, hanging like it's relaxed down the body. And for the second ear, I took that one and I sculpted that going out the side like he's listening for something. So just kind of carry that across the nail like so. Kind of tuck it in around the side of the head a little bit. Then I'm going to be adding his mane with some black acrylic, as kind of like a tuft on the top of his head, and then go down his spine with the rest of it. Just like that. Just a little bit. If you don't want to do too much with the black acrylic, you could do most of that with paint too if you'd prefer. And then I'm going to be filling in that snout area with the tan color acrylic. And if you had it where the line between where you ended the blue on the snout was about correct, this should actually be really easy because you just have to push up that tan color against it, almost like you're doing a French tip. And then you're all done. And one thing I want to mention with French tips is I think that French tips are something that are kind of undervalued as far as technique goes sometimes. Maybe other people don't feel that way, but I think that that's, especially if you're not very into French tips, they're a little bit dated of a style for some people. You may not practice them, but there's so much technique and value to be taken away from getting a perfect French sculpt, whether it's reverse or classic. It's just something that I think you should possibly put some effort into if you haven't perfected that technique yet. But then going back to the little design I have here, don't mind my little rants off into the side distance there. You have the pink in the ear that's sticking out, and then black outlines on everything. Add some stitching down the center of his face, going down around his snout, outlines on his ear, touch up his mane. Add, just little outlines basically everywhere. This is an older cartoon, and so the outlines are abundant, so make sure that you don't skimp out on those. Add outlines for around his eyes, and then also one thing you have to do for his eyes is you have to give him little worry lines above and below. It's just teeny tiny little dots, as well as eyebrows, and then fill in his eyes with some white and add his pupils with black. Also, you're going to add just a couple little stitch marks across his nose and his nostrils. And then go back to his pupils. If you let that white paint dry a second, it's probably better. And apply a layer of gel sealer over that sparkly pink background and a layer of matte top coat over Eeyore. And you are all done. I love the way this turned out. Like I said, it's a bit glamorous than you may normally consider Eeyore to be. But I think that's fun, and you can, obviously you don't have to make it that way. You could do a plain background and no shimmer on Eeyore himself. I hope you guys tag me in recreations. I'd love to see them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!